was tempted just to watch. I don't know what this says about me, but yes.
Hi there, art lovers. My name is Arjan Spannenburg. Join me to discover what my project Sanctioned says about you. I came up with the idea for Sanctioned in January 23 because of the LGBT parent situation in Italy. It would take me another couple of months to actually really create this project because it took time to find a family and then working with children, making multiple photos to finally create the final result we could see in Turin in Italy during Paratissima. But this was my first exposition in Italy, so that's a good reason to go there. Nou, dan gaan we naar Italië.
Nee.
Met nee bedoelt Max niet dat we niet naar Italië gaan. Hij bedoelt dat hij mijn filmpjes niet zo leuk vindt. But traveling is sure fun. And of course, we didn't just travel there to go to the exposition. We also did a little bit of tourism looking around the city of Turin. But this wasn't just going to be a simple artwork. This artwork was printed on fabric with a reason, because we would ask people to become interactive with this artwork. And its artwork would more or less represent the LGBT parent law. If you're against it, you could cut into it. If you're pro-LGBT people being parents, you could strengthen the artwork as strengthening the law. Or you could do nothing, stand, watch, and see how things get destroyed without taking any responsibility for doing nothing. Because in the end, the scissor would be there and people would be able to cut into it because the fabric is rather thin. And only by using tape, you could make it almost impossible to cut into the artwork.
It's very impressive, and I think that a lot of people don't understand the importance of this opera.
It's important to explain the freedom to say that LGBT is normal and there's no difference.
It's interesting how you interact with the picture, the image, and it's interesting how in the back there are a lot of pieces of I don't know how to say tape, yes, exactly. And because I think people try to express their opinion.
It was like rough to choose because I was teared apart between supporting the rights, but also like tempted to see, to observe like the deterioration of your work. So I choose to take a position, to take a stand, but I was tempted just to watch. I don't know what this says about me, but yes.
Several cuts were made by different people, of most of which we don't know who they were. But all cuts were repaired and strengthened by many, many other people, most of which we do know who they are. But we never, never, ever expected so many people to speak out for the LGBT community in Torino and around the world, even shutting down the possibility to do any more damage to the artwork, write small text on them, or contribute in many other ways to empower the LGBT people of Torino and around the world. In this journey towards equality, let's champion the right for everyone to feel freely, to embrace their true gender identity, and to form families filled with love, care, and mutual respect. Because as an artist, my art is dedicated to advocating for the rights of the rainbow community, spreading a culture of love and acceptance. Because together we can build a world where love defines a family, not tradition, and where every individual is respected and celebrated for who they are. for us, Sanctioned was a great success. But I'm curious, what do you think? Write it down in the comments and don't forget to follow me because, well, it's YouTube. And let's talk about art that matters in the next episode. Take care!